I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer, gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's go ahead and dive into our 5 deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Taking a nice full exhale first. Inhaling. Exhaling out. One last breath, inhaling and sighing out through the mouth. Awesome. So, today's topic is Ascension. And I am so grateful to be a clear and perfect channel to very clearly tell you what Ascension is and describe to you some of the things that you may be experiencing as we as a collective are going through this ascension. So the awakening is what happens within us individually, the process of the spiritual journey. The ascension process is happening to us as a collective. So the ascension is happening because there is a huge call from humanity to receive healing. There's a huge understanding and consciousness that there is a lot of suffering happening inside of us, and that technological advances and power are not solving the problem. That sometimes even they may be causing the problem. And so because our suffering seems to be endless and building, each of us have taken a moment throughout our embodiment to cry out for help, to cry out for connection, and crying out to God, higher consciousness, the divine, the universe, whatever it is you choose to call it. There's been a moment in each of us where the suffering has become so high that we called out for help. And so, because we are the creative beings that we are receiving the answer. A lot of people, pardon me, are talking about how we are going from 3-dimensional to 5-dimensional beings. 5-dimensional existence. Now that talks about going from just understanding the world in its physical, material way, and going into a dimension where we aren't just seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, hearing. We're actually tapping in to universal consciousness, into spirit, into energy. And all of us are experiencing this regularly. Excuse me, as my throat chakra is opening up to be heard and for the channel to speak clearly through me. The whole world is going through this ascension. It's not something that any of us can avoid. We can avoid our calling. We can avoid our purpose. We can avoid our spiritual awakening. We can avoid our journey. We cannot avoid ascension, because it is happening on a cellular, energetic, magnetic level, on a light level. A level that if we aren't choosing to go on the awakened path, we can't see. But for those of us who are deeply connected, who are searching for it, and who want it, can experience this. Ascension started happening because, again, for hundreds of years, we have been focused on power, productivity, money, and technological advances. And all of these things require a lot of left brain thought, a lot of tactile thinking. Only using the left brain is not bringing harmony and balance. It is not using the fullness of who we are. And so, because of this experience, we have been putting ourselves into a framework, into a box, or we have been trained to do that in order to be more productive. Productivity is also a part of our ascension. It is a part of our journey. It is a part of, we are here to grow, to produce. But whenever we remove our emotions, whenever we remove our creativity and our imagination and our psychicness about ourselves from the equation, we are denying the source of who we are, of the beauty, of the mythology, of the folklore and the mysticism of being human. And that is having the ability to create anything, which is why art and music and the healing arts, like arts, are so important, because it activates the right side of the brain, which is the part of us that connects to something deeper. And with the left brain involved, it is what is able to bring the deeper into the physical, into a tactile way of producing this miracle and bringing it to the physical realm. So, the ascension symptoms affect us, mind, body, and spirit, since that is the whole of what we are. And it manifests in headaches, migraines. You can feel almost like this barometric pressure, like this pressure coming onto your head, onto your body. You may feel it in your joints, okay, on a cellular level. You may feel fevered, like you're not able to really control your body temperature. You may feel yourself feeling unsatisfied, possibly even getting depressed with the life that you have built, because it wasn't authentic to the purpose and the call within the spiritual sense of you. It had more so to do with following the framework of what success has been taught to us to look like. You know, money, power. You may begin losing relationships because things just don't fit with you. You may begin experiencing loss of memory. You may experience there are a lot of things: sleeplessness, restlessness, insomnia, irritation, agitation, sadness, crying, random crying, heart palpitations, a lack of desire, a lack of connection. And all of this has come to serve a much larger purpose. And that purpose is to reconnect us with a much more higher level consciousness, truth, knowledge, self-knowledge. So yeah, if you're experiencing some or any of these symptoms, if you're experiencing chronic pain that is undiagnosed, if you're experiencing like turmoil, discomfort in the mind, if you're experiencing like chronic fatigue and exhaustion, there's probably some energetic and spiritual stuff going on that needs to be addressed, that needs to be brought into the conscious mind. Whenever we deny ourselves the truth and continue to try to suppress the thing that we deeply desire, which, let's be real, the thing that we desire the most is connection and love. That is what all of us, that's what this whole ascension thing is about. It's about all of us feeling so disconnected from life, from ourselves, from the people around us, that we internally are crying out for deeper connection. And so the world is now adjusting itself for you to have what you want, oh young human creator. You feel me? Like, this whole process has been created by us as a collective because we do not feel connected. We feel disconnected. We feel led astray. We feel sick. We feel tired. So, and it has a lot to do with a lot of the places that we are getting our education and knowledge from not telling us how to connect, that we are capable of connecting, you know, on a level that like feels magical. So with these ascension symptoms, you're also going to start awakening your psychic abilities. And now psychic is, we are all born psychic. That is like the human, we're all magical beings. We're all of us. I know some of you are thinking, not me, not me. Yes, you. That's why you have moments where you have dreams and they come true. That's why you have moments of deja vu. That's why sometimes you know exactly what people are thinking. That's why sometimes you can hear, you better grab your keys, or where are my keys? And you hear that whisper, they're on the counter. Oh, okay. We have all had these experiences where we are connected beyond the veil, where we're connected to the matrix, where we're connected to the cellular consciousness of everything that is. And 5D Ascension is talking about allowing us to exist there regularly if we choose to awaken within. Ascension is allowing us the opportunity to tap into our spirit, to the spiritual realm all of the time, but we will not be able to get there unless we consciously act and take action towards connecting with it, towards answering the call that we put out, that we have been seeking for. So, there are other reasons why, you know, that we can get into the nitty-gritty of how we're depleting the earth, and how because we are of the earth, we're depleting ourselves, and how, you know, there's a lot of reasons why we are calling out for more, for deeper connection. But at the end of the day, it has to do with love. Now, love is a very high vibrational emotion. If you've watched Monsters, Inc., you know that they run on two things, energy, fear and love. Love is like 100 times the power source of fear, and it is high vibrational. It will surge. It is super high vibrational, y'all. Like super powerful. Fear is also powerful, but it's a lower vibrational energy. So the waves are like longer and farther apart, where love just vibrates and it fills us and it creates this bliss. So we're calling out not only for ourselves, but for, there's a lot of things. Earth, Gaia is calling out for love, is calling out for help. And because we are of Gaia, we are also experiencing this. So ascension symptoms may also call for you to like change habits, to start behaving in manners that protect your stuff, to honor your things, to know that your things are an extension of you, and that as you care for yourself, you care for your things, and as you care for your things, you care for yourself. Remembering that everything is just a reflection of us. There's nothing in here that isn't a reflection of who I am, of what happens within me. And knowing that it can be cultivated and disciplined and trained is a very powerful thing. This is very simple and short. Okay. To wrap it up, I'm here to tell you that the world is changing, and the world is changing because you asked for it. Not only you, everybody around you asked for it. Despite what technology and power and advancements, despite our masks that we wear, all of us are suffering at some capacity. Okay, some of us may be suffering more than others, and that fluctuates. But the universe has answered the call, and Gaia has answered the call, and we have the choice as creative beings, as magical people, to answer the call within. But that doesn't change that the universe has answered. You want more connection, you're looking for deeper love, welcome to the new world. And it involves changing your frequency. It involves changing your mindset. It involves changing your life, possibly. And that's, we are not asking for more fear. None of us are asking for more fear. All of us are asking for more love. So whatever fear energy comes up with you about moving into this can be let go, because I'm here to deliver a message that like we are moving into a higher vibrational place of deep connection and love. Being able to communicate telepathically, being able to communicate with those who have passed, being able to tap into our senses, develop our clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, whatever it is, whatever our gifts are, tapping into love, the love. So much love. So much love is about to happen, and we can tap into it within us. Okay. So some of the reasons why we are experiencing anxiety as an ascension symptom is because the environment that we are in does not match our frequency. We are our own energy source, okay? Living inside of an energy source, bumping into other energy sources. So as we choose to ascend and to lift up our vibration, when we get into places that do not match this vibration of this new energy signature that we can tap into. You can stay in the 3D, don't get me wrong. If you want to stay there, you can stay in that framework of thought, of not understanding how to cultivate your own energy field and to cultivate the vital energy within. But people who are ascending and choose to do that, choose to raise their vibration, are going to be able to feel that. They're going to be able to feel the lower vibration, the negative energy. And that is why some of us are experiencing the anxiety that we are, is because we're getting into an environment, especially in this day of age where there is disease and political unrest and all of these things. We can feel those vibrations, and it's causing our energy system to shake and to not stand firm. But how we tap back into that is by stepping into our own energy, not putting our focus on the negative, putting our focus into us, into who we be and the energy source that thrives within us, which we will be able to build upon and talk about in the future. So do not fear ascension. Love it, and know that your prayers have been answered, that we are being able to connect with each other on a whole other level. And for that, I am so grateful. And I hope that you continue to cultivate the inner